Hello, welcome to episode 10 of the Nooniverse. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Tristen.
We're going to start with the drama rundown, where we talk about a few shows that we're watching. So I made the mistake of going through my Korean movies last night or a couple of days ago, and I was like, oh, a quick movie would be fun to kind of whet my appetite with, because for whatever reason, I was just looking for something that was funny and cute, and I landed back on a series that I watched. It must have been around the time that I watched Hanwari Dango. It's called 100 Days with Mr. Arrogant, and it has Ha Ji-won and Kim Jae-won. And if those names sound familiar, they should. Kim Jae-won's from Great Inheritance and Can You Hear My Heart, which is one of the more popular series, a little older, but more popular. And then Ha Ji-won is from The Time When We Were Not in Love, which is just a remake of the Taiwanese series In Time With You, which is one of my favorite Taiwanese series. So I love Ha Ji-won, and I'm here for anything that she's in. So the synopsis for this series is, after being dumped by her boyfriend just before their 100-day anniversary, Ha-young meets a college guy named Hyung-joon, whom she accidentally hits in the face with a can, causing him to scratch his Lexus. He actually wrecks his Lexus because she...
I was about to say, like, how does hitting him in the face with a can result in getting his car damaged?
He's driving along and she kicks the can as he's driving, and he accidentally hits the wall nearby, because that's totally believable.
At least that makes more sense.
It does. Hyung-joon, not satisfied, kind of stalks her, demanding money to pay for his car. But Ha-young is a poor high school student, so he ends up writing an enslavement agreement to ensure that she pays for the damage to his car. Through the agreement, Ha-young finds herself thrown into a nightmarish slave life for 100 days, cleaning his house, running his errands, doing his homework, because she's a high school student and he's a college student. That totally makes sense.
Falling in love,
and occasionally cleaning his car. Literally just a dumb rom-com that's like, I think it's an hour and 20 minutes. I didn't write down the time for it. The runtime was super short. It doesn't have it's not deep or meaningful. Like, I love all these people that go on My Drama List and they're like, oh, this is just awful. Like, it was just so unbelievable. Yeah, it's a rom-com.
Not supposed to be.
It's not supposed to be believable. Like, this is literally just an absurdist plot with laugh out loud moments where people are just falling in love and being dumb. Like, that's the whole plot, guys. It's not supposed to be smart or anything else.
Sometimes that's what you need.
It is exactly what you need sometimes. So I am always here for Ha Ji-won because I thought The Time We Were Not in Love is okay. I mean, for a Korean remake of In Time With You, it's not terrible. And he was in, one of the main leads was in Empress Key, which also has Ji Chang-wook. So, I mean, that's a reason to watch Empress Key. But 100 Days with Mr. Arrogant, it's a movie that you can find. I would say it's probably on YouTube. I have an old ass copy of it that I just have lying around. So it's not smart. It's not anything. It's like my PS partner, right? It's just a funny, dumb rom-com. And sometimes for comedy series that, sometimes that's all I need.
See, I went in the opposite direction of not rom-com, which, isn't my thing anyway. I started a lot of things this last week, but I'm only going to choose one to talk about, which is At a Distance, Spring is Green. And it follows the story of 3 college students, Hyo-jun, Kim So-bin, and Nam Soo-hyun, each with their own personal trauma that they're masking. Hyo-jun is abused by his family. Kim So-bin has an anxiety disorder due to past bullying. Nam Soo-hyun is struggling from growing up in a poor family. And the 3 of them make an unlikely group as they come together for a group project in one of their classes. So I started this mainly because Nam So-hyun is played by Bae Hyuk from My Roommate is a Gumiho, the second male lead, who I like, who is also in Kiss Goblin. And Hyo-jun is played by Park Ji-hoon, who is from 101, which I've actually seen in concert. I was kind of interested to see him in an acting role because I haven't before. And his acting is heartbreaking to watch in this series. He's constantly being used by the seniors in his classes to buy them things while they call it friendship. And he slowly starts to show his true self to Subin and So-yoon, who pretty much at the beginning don't really want anything to do with him. So Soo-hyun is constantly cold towards him because he's reminded of everything that he doesn't have, and he uses his situation to push Hyojin farther and farther away from him. There's not really anything glamorous about this show. And I say that because the moments that are in here are very hard to watch and sometimes a bit too close to the heart with the realism. I'm only 5 episodes in and I'm absolutely loving it because it is so real. It doesn't make any qualms about what it's about. It's really good. And I'm looking forward to seeing how their friendship blossoms from what it is right now when they're still working on trying to be friends.
Big surprise! It's adapted from a webtoon.
You didn't know that?
I thought so. So this series is listed as friendship, romance, life, school, and youth. So it's mostly going to be like slice of life. I don't really do slice of life in my Korean dramas.
So when I think of slice of life, I think of not deep. That just might be me.
I mean, Fruits Basket is deep, though, and it's slice of life.
See, I would put that as fantasy. But I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying Fruits Basket is listed as slice of life. I mean, I would say, yes, it does have a fantasy element to it, but Fruits Basket deals with some pretty heavy topics. And for me, that's pretty normal in slice of life. I'm trying to think of other slice of lives that I've seen, but slice of life is just not my... I am here for a good melodrama, but I'm not here for like just pure drama.
No, I mean, so there is a lot of drama in it because you get to see a lot of things that are going on. You get a lot of past scenes with her bullying and his abusive family. And then you get to see it in their current lives as well because it's still going on.
So it's more like My Mister,
which I haven't seen.
Which is a damn shame. I can't believe you can watch things like this and you still haven't seen My Mister.
It's on my list.
Yeah.
You because of you, I have added it to my list. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
I'm going to force her to watch it one day, guys. Don't worry.
Same as I'm going to force you to watch Word of Honor.
I mean, we'll see about that one. I mean, My Mister is literally one of the best shows Korea's ever made. So it's not comparable in any way, shape, or form. Like,
Sure.
I'm just saying.
I'll give you that, but it's got to be a 1-for-1
I
thing
gotcha.
here.
No, I gotcha.
Anyway, highly recommend. Again, I'm on episode 6, so I've seen 5 episodes of it, and it's really good so far. I'm looking forward to continuing on with it.
So if we're moving into what we've watched together, we said an unfortunate goodbye to Fish Upon the Sky.
No.
Tristan's like, that didn't happen.
That didn't happen. I'm going to pretend like it's not over. And I say that because they finally announced the box set is available for pre-order. So we can have it for always.
It's nice having it on a YouTube channel, but I need like physical copy of some things. They're just some things that I need.
My only thing that I'm worried about, and I'm going to say this as a blanket statement, GMM's DVDs, their subtitles look
bad?
horrible. Like just
great.
visually look horrible.
Great. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to take it out of the box.
Yeah,
though.
you just want to own it.
I just want to own it. There's just some things that like I don't want to take out of.
There's just, you need to own it. That's all it is.
It's true. So we watched the last episode of Fish Upon the Sky, which was episode 12. And I want to talk about the expanded bathroom scene because as I said the last time that we talked about this, I loved the bathroom scene originally. And Mork telling P that we do this at your pace. I go by what you want. And if you need me to say that you belong to me or that I belong to you, we can do that. God, he gives me Win vibes. Like, and I'm totally here for the Win vibes. I'm just saying that that's never, something that I would say no to. And then walking out to the Yaoi girl standing outside the bathroom, which was really still
awkward, really
strange to me. The places that they are is just strange. They're in too many places. I don't know. They
did upplay them a lot.
They did, and I get it. Like, we got the social commentary. I got it, GMM. I'm just saying that, at a certain point, it was a little awkward. I don't know. Some of the scenes were a little awkward. I get it, though. I think that was on purpose. But I did enjoy P admitting to a relationship.
Yes. That he had the comfort at that point because of Mork to be able to say it.
Right.
Like he came a long way to be able to do that.
I said to Tristen a couple weeks ago that I just wasn't sure how they were going to resolve so many problems within one episode. And I still don't really feel like they resolved a lot of things. You don't just gain confidence just because your boyfriend says,
No.
well, you know, we can take this at your pace. Then all of a sudden you have the confidence to tell these people that we're in a relationship. That's not how that works.
But it does show a level of trust.
I agree. I just wanted a little bit more. I'm not saying I didn't like Fish Upon the Sky. I did. I'm just saying that I wanted just a little bit more. I'm skipping over a few things because, like, this plays into exactly what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. No need for that 15-minute scene about the chair where he, like, goes up and down the stairs for, like, the deliveries and the food and more coming over.
I was about to say, that's the end.
That
was close towards the end.
It is towards the end, but that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that could have all been cut.
Instead of giving us more time with the characters adjusting to their relationships and their lot in life, we get a stupid damn chair scene where P is running up and down the stairs for 15 minutes. Like, this is just such a bad cut, in my opinion. It should have just not even been included. I just don't know what they were doing. I mean, I love Puin, and I think he's a good actor, and I don't blame this on him, but it was just really strange.
No, I would agree. We were both looking at each other like, why is this even in here?
Yeah, and I'm not trying to skip to the end stuff. It just relates to, like, I needed more growth, a little bit, seeing more of the growth than seeing P playing on a chair up and down the stairs. That's all I'm saying. I do want to talk about real quick, because my favorite parts of the end scenes, I mean, the end episode, Doohan is a little jerk. And I love him, but he's a little jerk. But, like, Doohan making the I love you in sign language was adorable. Doohan getting mad at the narrator was fantastic.
My guy, AJ, is the MVP of this episode for Doohan and me.
For pushing them together and forcing them to kiss.
Yes.
That was fantastic. I wasn't sure we were going to get a kiss scene.
Yeah, no, I wasn't either, but I appreciate that it happened.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I thought AJ was adorable. Like, just like, you just saw his hand like lightly pushing towards each other, and it was great. No, I enjoyed it a lot.
If we have to talk about things that kind of, I mean, it didn't make me mad, but I honestly don't understand how Mork forgave Bam for what she pulled.
Yeah. I mean, I said it already, though. The character development and growth just was too fast. And this plays into that, too.
Yeah, they just, like, sped through.
They were just like, oh, whatever, it's fine. He just forgives her.
I did this major thing that hurt your relationship, and we're going to make it all better.
In one episode.
In like 5 seconds.
They needed at least one more episode. I said that when we were watching this too, because I looked at the time on the episode and I said, I'm telling you, they need at least one more episode so that we could have the character growth, seeing the character growth that we needed.
They could have cut the 2 years later into an entire, like, just put that in another episode.
Yes.
And give us an episode of the after established relationship.
Yeah, and I would have been okay with that. I'm always the one complaining that I don't want to watch established relationships.
Yeah, but we just spent 12 episodes of them not really being in one.
It's true. I wouldn't have mind one episode is what we're saying. That's all we wanted, is just one episode of, like, how they grew up. That's what I'm saying. I needed character growth. I wanted to see the character growth. This is the same exact problem. I'm going to go back to this half a dozen times. This is the same problem that I have with Kang and Puth. I just wanted to see that moment when Puth really understood that Kang was the person for him. I didn't feel like I saw that moment. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying I didn't feel like I saw it.
It was behind the scenes.
It was behind the scenes. So dumb. Although I do have to say that special episode with them going on a date was adorable. So that made up for it.
Yes.
And then, of course, we did move into episodes 13 and 14 of Doom at Your Service.
I'm sighing because the last 2 episodes just came out and we're going to be watching them soon. And I'm also not ready for this to be over.
Yeah, no, I agree. So I just want to make a few comments. There's just a couple of scenes that were super important to me. Gina is not a prize between these two guys. And I don't appreciate the way that the second male leads discuss her relationship with either one of them. I get it. You know, they're trying to work on their relationship and how it affects her and how it affects their relationship together. I get it. Whatever. It's fine. But sometimes the way that they talk about Gina is not the way that I want them to talk about her.
I mean, I don't even want to say this, like boys will be boys, but no. They don't understand that whatever is going on between either of them and Gina is none of their damn business.
Right. I do want to say, though, Hyun-gyu's growth in this episode felt real and heartbreaking for me, right? Like, I was sad for him. Like, I understood. Like, I remember my first love. I'm pretty sure everybody does, right? Mm-hmm. So I get it. I just still don't appreciate the way that he talks about her. I'm just saying they should have kept it. I don't know. At least they didn't make some stupid bet on her. That's all I can say.
I don't think that your dude would have even thought of that in his brain.
No, I agree. At the batting range, they made a bet on, I don't even remember what it was, but it wasn't specifically on her. So, you know, whatever. Chaju Ik.
Yes.
Is
can never remember
man.
his name.
I know. I can never remember his name.
Tall,
either.
dark, and handsome. Like,
tall,
okay.
dark, and deep ass voice. That's all I need in my life. I'm just saying. I need a man with a deep voice like Chaju Ik.
I would second that.
Yeah. So I also want to say, if we're just to kind of finish off the last little second couple, I also want to say I really appreciated the deer in the headlights look when Gina kissed him. It was such a nice little change.
I was about to say, like, those are the things that are okay. Like, I'm usually not one for the deer in the headlights.
Yeah,
like,
no.
let me leave my eyes open.
Yeah.
But it works for him. And
Yes.
in this context, it works.
The Park Shin-hye stuff where she like Pinocchio is the perfect example. Like, if I was kissing Lee Jong-suk, I'm just saying I would not be looking like a deer in the headlights. But like Park Shin-hye has this, like, I don't know what it is about this actress, but she does it every single series that she's in. She like does the whole like wide open eyes and then they do the fishbowl movement. And I'm like, can we not, guys? Like, if I was kissing Lee Jong-suk, let's be real here about what
you would
happen.
be jumping him. I mean, I would be too, though. So
this is so ridiculous. But anyway, I really appreciate it. I don't know if that was like a funny little nod to like all the other dumb K-drama series or what it was, but I was totally here for Gina kissing him and him having the deer in the headlights look. It was great.
I appreciated that.
I did too.
I'd go back and just watch that over and over again. I need a gif of it. Just make that.
I need a gif of it. That's a good point. And then, of course, you know, moving into the main couple, just so much happened. We have so many notes because so much happened in these two episodes because, of course, you know, we're trying to reach towards the end of the series. So they're trying to move. Everything's moving so quickly. My favorite part, and then I'm going to hand it over to Tristen, but my favorite part absolutely is the blossom of the flowers in Doom's garden. Once Dong Kyung remembers everything that happened and everything that was going on between them, and she visits his subconscious and he shows her his black and white garden, and she walks through and touches a few flowers, and then when he looks back, like a whole section of his world has turned into color. That's absolutely hands down my favorite part.
And afterwards, like, he starting to remember.
Right.
That was, So my favorite, I think, and this is more heartbreaking, was probably the hairdresser scene. So she's going in there to get her hair done all nice and curled and beautiful. And the hairdresser unknowingly is talking about how being close to the hospital, usually they get people in there to shave their head.
Well, especially because Dong Kyung was in a hospital
gown. Yes. And so she's staring at herself in the mirror, like everybody's taking pictures of her hair. And then she stops and she's like, okay, shave it all off.
Right.
And that moment, like, she's accepting, of course, the fact that she needs to do this because she's about to go into radiation therapy. And it's just probably one of the harder moments, I'm sure, for any cancer survivor that has to go through that. And then, of course, she collapses right before they're able to.
Nosebleed. And then collapses.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was a heartbreaking scene, most definitely. I also want to say that I don't want to get into a debate about fate and destiny, but I like the themes in this series a lot. I like the we were destined and fated to be together, and no matter what the gardener was trying to do, erase our memories, tear us apart, whatever she was trying to do, we still ended up back right where we began. Although I still think that the gardener had a moment there where she didn't have to say go to the rooftop. She didn't have to, insinuate about doom at all. So, I have mixed feelings about this whole fate thing, because it seems like the series is pushing you towards believing that the two characters are destined and fated to love each other. But then the gardener on several occasions pushes Dong-kyung after she loses her memory towards doom again. And I don't know if it's because she felt sorry, but the deity even commented, oh, well, if it was going to happen no matter what I did, and you shouldn't remember because I took everything from you and you shouldn't remember anything. So I feel like she already knew at that point that it was pointless to try to keep them apart. So I appreciated that as well.
Well, with the whole fate thing, it makes it even more heartbreaking when they realize that Doom is
going to
sacrifice himself to save her. And she makes that wish, I don't want to love you, or I don't want to love anybody.
Right.
And of course he can't grant that wish. And then the whole scene at the end where he's disappeared, I was crying, of course. I don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah. I want a bittersweet ending that I didn't get with Tale of the Nine-Tailed. I'm sorry to say.
I'm okay with endings if they warrant it. And as much as I would like Doom and Dong-kyung to be together, it might be a better writing for her to live her life and be happy knowing that he sacrificed himself for that.
So I agree. And like I said, I'm here for the bittersweet ending. I feel like they've pushed fate so much, though, that's probably not what's going to happen.
I'm assuming he's going to reincarnate like the deity does. Yeah. Because every time she lives and dies, right? And It's on a repeat cycle. And Doom hasn't done that yet.
Exactly. We don't know what's going to happen to Doom. And so our question was always, does he reincarnate? Will he remember? Will she know who he is if he does reincarnate? These were all the questions that we had. And there's just no answer for them, because the series has never answered any of them, because all we know about Doom basically is that he's lived for millennia. That's literally all we know about him. So very interesting to see.
If he reincarnates as a human, he damn well better not have any of his powers.
Right. Yeah. No, I absolutely agree. If this turns into a Tale of the Nine-Tailed, I will be so upset, guys. You have no idea.
I don't need that disappointment again.
I don't either.
This has been such a strong series. I don't need that.
I agree. Speaking of strong series, my roommate is a Gumiho. We watched episodes 9 and 10 this week.
One, he was stupid to believe that she wouldn't remember things.
Given he knew what happened with her mother.
Yeah. He probably didn't remember that. But you finally get him realizing something's off about this. And he finally gets to confront her. There's a lot of stuff leading up to that, of course, that I'm skipping over, but the moment that they're at the place that he had originally taken, quote unquote, taken her memories, or at least taken the marble back, and he decides at that moment, it's like, oh, we can actually be together because you remember everything that happened.
I have a confession to make. These episodes had so much jam-packed in them, but honestly, it wasn't memorable for me at all.
Really?
So I remember the good kiss before we got the
energy thing.
Oh yeah, he's still sucking her energy and now he can't be with her. So I'm wondering if that's why these weren't that memorable for me. The kiss was really good, whatever, but he can't be with her now because he's still draining energy from her.
But then decides that he doesn't want to be
apart from her.
He's very contradictory in what he decides to do.
The owner of the mountain came down, and for whatever stupid damn reason, he had to mess with Wu Yo. I still don't understand what even the point of him is. What is the point of him messing? I get it. He kept telling Wu Yo, you can't be with a human. It's different, whatever. But then he like messed with her and gave her a red string with Sun Woo. And I'm not here for them screwing with them. Like, why? What is the... Did we not have enough written in the story already that we had to include some dumb plot device to get Sun Woo another chance?
Yes.
No, I don't need it.
I mean, second male lead syndrome is a thing.
I know.
So,
oh my God.
well, I'm wondering how it's going to... Okay, so we already know that Woo-yo is close to being turned into whatever that wraith thing was, right?
Right.
He's like not less than a year away from his 1,000 years.
So
I'm here for more moments between her and Sun Woo. So
not
is
Sun Woo.
no?
I'm here. You know what moments I'm here for? Hey, Sun and
Sun?
Hey, Sun and Jaejin. Can we please with them all of the moments?
So you and I were talking about this, about how all of her years of having powers have given her this overconfidence that now as a human she still has.
Yeah, she totally just doesn't realize that like she needs to tone it down a little bit. I mean, I'm here for overconfident woman. She's an amazing woman. Like, let's be real. I'm here for it.
I would still date her.
I would still do her. But I'm just saying that like I feel like some of her conkiness comes from thousands of years, hundreds of years, being this magical being where she can just like pop in and out of people's lives and doesn't have to worry or concern herself with like things that normal women worry about, like sexual assault, you know, things like this that women worry about. So it's just funny to me. But I mean, if it leads to more moments of Jaejin coming in, and
she's finally seeing him in that rosy K-drama light that we get.
Yes, exactly. I need all of those moments. All of those moments. No, they're adorable together. The Idioms book, right?
And her actually reading it. So cute.
So cute. And her explaining like what chapter it was in. I was like,
he was so proud of her.
He was.
I'm here for them a lot.
They're super cute.
I appreciate like their dynamic because he's so open and honest about everything.
Yeah.
And her being not 100% up to the world standard of what's going on in the humans.
Right.
It's a cute dynamic.
We watched the end of
I Promised You the Moon. It's kind of bittersweet. But so I have some issues with this series.
Some?
Okay, more than some. But I think as much as and you harped on this so many times that it kind of stuck in my brain now about Tae and O living their life and not being together and taking the time to date other people.
Exactly.
So Tae was able to date someone during their interlude of not being together. He dated his co-star.
And he's the one that needed to grow up too. I know you're going to say, but OAO didn't.
Didn't need to grow up or didn't need to date other people?
Didn't need to date other people.
No, I wanted him to date other people.
No. What I'm saying is...
He didn't need to find himself.
He didn't need to find himself.
Right.
He was not the character that
Correct.
was having a crisis of who he was and what he wanted out of life.
Yes. So Tae went out. He, became an actor. Good for him. O was able to get into the advertising field. I don't know if he actually it was a job or an internship that he was doing.
I assumed it was a job and that he was, because remember his little group of friends were all like jealous that he got out so much faster than they did. So
well, he was probably better at it.
She's not biased at all.
Just saying. No, O kept track of Tae. Obviously, he kept magazines and knew his workings and what he was working on and acting in. Tae did none of that. He didn't try to keep contact with O and do any of that sort of stuff. So when he saw him at the advertising agency, it kind of, I think, hit him like a tow truck.
Yeah. So I'm going to say what I always say and what Tristen just alluded to a few moments ago. And that is I am a firm believer in I want to call it like the Dan Savage kind of train of thought, because I feel like that's where I've grown up and agreed with him. There's a podcast that I love and follow all the time. It's called Savage Love. It's by Dan Savage. He's been running it since like early 2000s. I mean, I was in college when I first started listening to it, and he's still running today. But he harps on the fact that it isn't that young people can't end up with the first person that they fall in love with. It's not that that's not possible or that that could happen, but that you need time to grow and experience life first. Your brain doesn't even fully develop, and I guess this is the teacher in me, but your brain doesn't even fully develop until you're about 25. There's no exact number. It's about your mid-20s is when your brain stops developing. You stop kind of having these growth in character and whatever you want to call it, right? So falling in love before that point, I absolutely believe that you can fall in love with somebody and live with them for the rest of your life. I personally still think that you need to live your life and have the experiences first before you just settle down with the very first person that you fall in love with. I'm sorry, that's just the way that I feel. And it is especially true for Tae in this series. And the reason is because OAO grows as a character into a person who has a group of friends, into a person who has interests and likes outside of his relationship. And he blossoms and has sort of a whole personality because he gets these interactions with other people. Tae, on the other hand, not that Kim and Top aren't good people and aren't friends for Tae, but it isn't the same. They're colleagues, right? In the same industry. They aren't friends that are growing up and having the same kinds of experiences. They are in the industry, but not, Tae doesn't have anybody outside his life. The best part of kind of showing that too is when Tae's in his bedroom after they've broken up and he's just kind of going through this box of stuff that he received from OAO, and his roommate is there and he thinks he's received this box of food from his mom, and he asks Tae, do you want some of this? And Tae, first of all, gets all snitty with him, and I guess that's okay because they didn't have a good relationship at the beginning because the roommate was kind of abrupt with him, and I think Tae kind of took it wrong. We're not all extroverts, Tae, by the way. And so when he asks him again, do you want to share this with me? And Tae's basically like stunned, like, why would you do this? I feel like that's a really good moment. Of course, they learn that there's no food in there. And then the scene proceeds to, well, we should go out and get food. Do you want to come with me? And that really highlights all the problems in Tae's life, in my opinion. He doesn't have anybody that he just calls and is like, hey, do you want to go out and just hang out and just be with me, right? There's people that I just hang out with. I don't have to do anything with them. I just hang out with them because their presence is important to me. And Tae doesn't have anything like that. And I feel like that's a big part of the problem in their relationship. You have to have an identity outside of your relationship. That's what I'm getting at. There's this huge conversation. What was this, like 5 minutes of Rachel trying to explain? You need to have an identity outside of your relationship.
I'm just sitting here like, yeah.
And again, I attribute all of this, of course, to Dan Savage, but it's just true. And the older you get, the more you'll realize. Again, I'm not saying that you can't fall in love with the first person that you meet and stay with them forever. That's not what I'm saying.
I mean, so there comes a point where you can't be dependent on your partner. You need to be able to go out and have your own friends, your own things that you have interests in. Yes, you can share those interests with your partner.
Right.
But you need to also find stuff that are solely your identity.
Yep.
Whether it be a hobby or a group of friends that you don't necessarily hang out with your partner as well. Not to say that y'all can't, but you definitely need to have that separation of lifestyles.
Yeah. And so I never felt that OAO really needed these experiences more than Tae, right? On a scale, Tae was the one that needed these experiences because he was just stuck, and OAO was getting but I mean, he met up with Bass too. And like OAO just had his shit figured out, and he had people around him that helped him develop into the person that he is.
There was a part in this last episode that I wanted to basically smack Tae upside the head. After they're at the play, they're doing the I Told Sunset About You play. Oeo walks out. Tay follows him and is like basically saying, I want us to get back together. And I'm just sitting there like, you messed up a lot of things. And you just expect that because you are showing a side in this play that I understand that I messed up and I know what I'm missing and I know what I screwed up and I'm realizing what I had is something that did bring me joy. And he's trying to convey all this through the play. Oeo was like, no, like you can't expect this to overwrite everything that's happened.
Okay, so I have two problems with their relationship. And my second one is the name of the series. And that is I Promised You the Moon. The problem with their relationship was always the fact that they promised each other the moon. You cannot promise that you are always 100% going to be the same person forever and ever, and especially not when you're 20. Guys, believe me when I say you are not the same person you were at 20 that you are at 40. Believe me, you are not the same person, and your relationships should not be the same. You should mature and develop. Are not the same person. You absolutely aren't. I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but the problem with their relationship was that they promised that they were going to be perfect for each other, and that's the way it was going to always be. I promised you the moon, and I think the title is very apropos of what the actual problem was with their relationship, and I'm sure that was on purpose, because the first series was I Told Sunset About You because Tay didn't have anybody to talk to, right? He told Sunset about how he felt about Oeo, right? And in this one, I Promised You the Moon. They promised each other that they were going to be together forever and nothing was going to change and that they'd always be the same people and that they'd never have problems. I'm sure that wasn't explicitly said when they told each other this, but it was implied, right? And it's implied in the title. And that was always the two main problems with their relationship. And I am way surprised. And I'm saying it this way because I absolutely told Tristen when we started this that I wasn't sure I was going to like it because I expected more from this series, right? So I was not sure that I was going to end up liking it, but I am so glad that in that last episode, and I still feel like I wish they had not more scenes necessarily, but I wish they had expanded a little bit more on the Tay really needed to get his shit together and learn that people make mistakes and that you aren't always going to be the same person. And it's okay to make mistakes, but we have to be honest and open and communicate with each other. And that's where the series ended. And that's where I wanted it to end, but I needed a little bit more. It was a little abrupt, not like just like a minuscule abrupt to me. I still liked the way they did it and executed it in the last episode. And Tristen will tell you that's surprising for me because I was complaining through almost oh my God, the whole episode, right?
I was sitting there like, she hates this. She is complaining the entire episode.
I legit was because I was like, nah, this is not how real people have real problems and this is not how things get resolved. And that last scene on the beach where we ended in Phuket was everything that I could have hoped for this series. Do I think it was perfect and legitimately, like, do I think that it connected very well to the first season? No. I still think they're two totally separate series. I understand that one is a prologue, but I am telling you, I Told Sunset the way it was. And in my mind, it ends the way it was. However, even for all its imperfections, I Promised You the Moon was still good. And I liked that ending. We're never going to be perfect. And I can't promise you the moon. But look, I want to try again. And that's the sign of a mature relationship. And that's where Tay and Oeo should have ended. And I was glad that they brought it there. So absolutely, 100%. It changed my opinion of the series.
I mean, I might be of a small sect that kind of wanted Oeo
to go back to Bass.
No, well, yeah, Bass or Q, like one or the other, I would have been okay with. But you know, I'm of a small little.
So Q, in my opinion, that was a really good decision on Oea's part to not get with Q. He He needed a friend. He didn't need another person that turned from friend into lover. And I was appreciative that they didn't go that route. If OAO wanted to date, do it outside your friend group. Again, I'm sure I'm going to get lots of hate for that, but as an old woman, I'm telling you guys, do it outside your friend group.
For years of experience, yes, it makes a difference, because if for whatever reason something happens, your friend group is going to get divided.
Yep.
And it does not make for anything pretty afterwards.
Not. And you can definitely date your friends, but I'm telling you, like, it's going to be hard. I'm just saying, I was surprisingly happy with the ending.
Yes. Is there going to be a third season? I don't even remember at this point.
So we joked that they then could have a third season. So if I'm not mistaken, I want to say Goy said something about it, that like that was the end, but I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure she made a comment that like that was going to be it for them. But I mean, who knows, because Bilkin and PP are amazing.
I mean, I want to see them in stuff
outside of this.
Maybe not together, but even if it is together, I want to see them in something outside of.
I don't think either one of them is done. Like, especially not Bilkin. I don't see that happening. There's no way they put him on a back burner somewhere. I don't know what company he's signed with, but I just can't imagine they'd do that for him. We also started a series that is brand spanking new. It's a Thai series. It's going to only be 8 episodes, so it moves pretty quickly, but it's called Golden Blood. You can actually watch Golden Blood on WeTV because it's a Channel 3 series. It has people in it. The only reason to watch this series is Gun Napat. So I'm sure that I'm butchering his name. So don't kill me, please. Because this is a different gun. I want to make a comment. This is a different gun than I usually like moon over. Moon is a good word.
Moon's a good word. Yeah, because your gun with the off gun
is different. It's a different guy.
It's a different gun.
This
is the same gun that was in Love by Chance, who played Techno.
Right. Exactly.
Who is adorable.
And he is adorable. And first impressions.
It's okay.
Yeah, no. So to me, it just feels like a cheaper Kin Porsche. I'm saying it. I know people are going to get really mad at me.
Kin Porsche Light.
It's Kin Porsche Light.
Porsche on a diet.
So I just want to say we are really looking forward to Kin Porsche. If you haven't heard it, we're saying it now. We are super looking forward to Kin Porsche. And I have watched music videos and the trailers.
So much stuff.
So much stuff. It has like a trailer that's like 12 minutes long.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Long.
It's super long. They've shot way too much like pre-production stuff. And now I'm like terrified that the actual show isn't going to be as good.
It's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be fantastic because the two, Mile and Apo, are, I'm just saying, like, I'm 100% in. But we are super looking forward to that. And like
Golden Blood is not Kin Porsche.
It's just not Kin Porsche, guys. I do want to say there isn't anything even memorable for me in the first episode. The girls were whatever. I mean, we have to go through the whole like het relationship.
Well, but it being 8 episodes, they're going to fast track to the relationship, right?
It's true. That's my hope. So somebody on Reddit made a comment that they think that they're going to rely on the NC scenes.
I'm here for that.
I don't know how I feel about that, considering I'm not here for the guy that plays Sun.
Oh.
I really do like Gun.
If they have good chemistry, though, I'm okay with it.
So, and that's my thing. In the trailer, it seemed okay to me, but I can't gauge it on a 30-second trailer.
The secondary couple might have more chemistry.
I was thinking that too. And they were a surprise, right? We didn't expect them to be.
So him being bullied by, what's his name, Pitch?
Right.
In the first episode, you're like, oh, this is going to be, a jerk face. Let's not do this. And then we go to the preview and he's making out with his best friend. I was like,
what's going on here?
We went from like 0 to 100.
Yeah, but like we went from like hate to I'm gonna sex you up. I'm always here for hate to love, and they might be more interesting than Gun. And
if they keep it in a love hate type thing. If it's just like, oh well, the first episode we were jerks and now we're not, and then they just gloss over it. Yeah, it might not go the way I want it to.
Also, I really have to make this comment, and I'm really sorry.
Uh-oh.
The gratuitous body spray. Oh my god!
Whoever the
behind
the scenes person that was spraying his body
when he was working out, son.
Yes.
No.
So there is a way to mist someone's body, I'm assuming correctly. And it looked like they just like doused him in water.
I mean, it wasn't great. I'm just saying, I'm not here for him yet. And I'm hoping that in the second episode, we get a little bit more and it gets a little bit better. We'll see.
We'll see. I mean, I'm still here for it, but I need a little bit more.
A little bit more. Gunn and seeing everything. I've said this before about Puth and Kang as well. I really like people who have really expressive face and really expressive eyes, right? And like, if I can see things, like you can read everything in Puth's face and in Kang's face too, in certain scenes. Anyway, in Puth's face though, and Toru has this face where like you just read all the emotions that flit across his face.
Except for when he realizes that he loves Kang.
Except when he realizes that he's in love with Kang. Okay, bitch, that's fine. But
I'm just saying.
Other than that, like the glasses scene, you know, when Kang walks
when he sees
like,
him in the glasses.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of thing that I like seeing on their face. And Gunn does that really well. He does the whole, like, you can read it on his face. Like, when he gets super annoyed when he's in his PJs and he throws his slipper, like, you can watch it in his face. Like, he's angry and he shows really well. And not a lot of BL actors can do that. Like, some of them are super freaking rigid.
Stoic, yeah.
Yeah, like, Ohm is really rigid. I love him. I love Until We Meet Again.
Yeah.
But, like, he's really rigid and he just needs... I don't know. It just needs to relax a little bit. I don't know. Whatever it is. I don't know. So first impressions, you know, hopefully it gets better. We'll see.
Just a side note. I already like it better than Be Loved in House.
I do too. Be Loved in House has no plot though.
True.
It's just, I think they just put it out for all those people who really like cute moments. And
there's not that many cute moments. So I watched episode 7, right? I know you dropped it.
I dropped it. I can't.
Episode 7 did have a cute kiss between the secondary couple.
Oh, isn't that nice?
But there's no development of how they got to that point. So I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I can't. No, I'm good. I tried, guys. I did 6 episodes before I was like, nope, I'm done. It just had no plot. And I probably would have liked it better if it had a more developed plot and I believed the characters were actually falling in love with each other. I don't know what was going on. They literally put 2 really cute guys in a house and then just expected the BL fans would be happy about that.
Some of them are.
That's not how BLs should work, though.
But I watched something that they were talking about. It's like, yeah, I'm watching Be Loved in House. I couldn't tell you anybody's name, what's going on,
exactly,
any of the plot, but they're pretty.
Exactly. And that's some people's thing. So
that is Be Loved in House in a nutshell.
It's true.
So, Rachel, I know this is one of your favorite topics.
Oh, yeah. Favorite topics.
What are your either best or worst love triangles?
So we talk about Scarlet Heart almost every time we have an episode, I've noticed. And it's because, again, on Wednesdays...
It's so good.
And yes, but also because on Wednesdays we're watching it with a group online. And so we're caught back up on it. Both of us have seen it when it originally aired. And I want to say, worst love triangle ever.
So this was actually in my brain. I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, because the love triangle between IU's character, her cousin, and Wang Wook is such bullshit. It's fine to go after a woman. That's not the problem. The problem is, don't be married to a sick woman and think that it's okay just because she's sick and dying. That's not okay.
And to go after her cousin. No, I'm not here for that.
In that regard, a better love triangle is Wang So, Wang Wook, and IU's character, Hey Sue. I don't know why I'm calling her IU. I do because I love her.
Because it's IU.
Because it's IU. But no, and a better love triangle is Wang So, Wang Wook, and Hey Sue, obviously.
Yes.
I mean, I don't want her to be with Wook.
Well, no, but at least that is after...
His wife dies.
What
a terrible freaking story.
And like episode 5, so it's like super early on in the story. But yes, it gets, the love triangle, once it shifts, gets a little bit better.
You know where I do like a love triangle? You're not going to believe me when I say this.
if you say anything political, I'm not going to believe you.
So I actually do really like the love triangle in Falling Into Your Smile. Do you know which one it is?
So
her ex-boyfriend,
her and her captain. So I don't like the ex-boyfriend though.
How do you not like? I don't like him. The whole reason that he broke up with her was because he got so involved in the whole gaming culture and he just didn't have time. It wasn't that he didn't love her. Granted, you should never just stop talking to somebody and ghost them. That's a terrible thing to do. And that's not really what happened. He just didn't talk to her as much. And then when he realized that like his life was moving in a different direction, he said, I think we should end it.
I get that. But for me, I guess I just don't like his attempted persistence at trying to get back together with her.
I'm here for it because I'm only here for it because her and the captain aren't here together. And the captain is being a total douche about like, so I just got to the part with the brother too coming in.
I love the brother.
We just learned that he didn't really, spoiler if you haven't watched, I stopped on episode 9 or 10 for Falling Into Your Smile.
Up through 14 is out now.
Got ya. So we just found out that the brother is not the reason that he did go
hurt his hand.
Yeah. So we learned that, and then the whole group apologized, and now apparently the brother is a backup. And I have to say, like, I'm here for it because, like, I'm here for the love triangle because the captain is literally not saying anything about liking her, even though it's pretty freaking obvious that he at least has some kind of feeling for her. The piggyback ride. Yeah, I'm here for the love triangle, and I'm only here for it because if it pushes forward the main relationship, that's the only thing I care about.
My love triangles are going to be stuff you haven't seen before. Although one of them you have seen, right? Cheese in a Trap.
Yeah.
I wasn't here.
Yes, she didn't like it. So,
but
you still haven't seen the movie, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
You said the movie's better, right?
Better. Let's be honest about what better means. It doesn't mean like go out and watch it. It's the best thing you'll ever see.
But it's the same guy, right?
It is.
But then it's a different girl and a different secondary male lead, right?
Yes.
Because I liked the secondary male lead in the show a lot.
So she does not like the main guy. Park Hae-jin. Yeah. I'm here for Park Hae-jin. I think he's really, like, he's on my radar. But
as a character in this TV show, I did not like his character.
You Who Came from the Stars, Doctor Stranger. He's been in a whole bunch of things. And it's so funny. He's been in a whole bunch of Chinese series too that haven't necessarily aired. Super adorable.
I mean, I like the actor.
Just don't like his character.
I just don't like his character. So, and then like my other ones would be True Beauty, which you haven't seen.
I haven't seen.
I liked that love triangle, but again, secondary male lead should have won. I'm going to say that a lot because I like the secondary male leads a lot. I mean, we've been talking about Roommate that she just rolled her eyes at me.
I can't with him.
I know you don't like it.
I like Sun Woo as a character, and I like seeing his growth. But get away from Damn.
Well, they're fated together now, so it doesn't matter.
No. That trailer told me all I needed to know about what was going to happen.
Can't with you. I'm trying to think of like actual good love triangles because a lot of times the triangles don't work as well. And you don't like the trope anyway as a story. I like it in any iteration of Hanayori Dango. And the reason I like it is because Rui, so I'm going to say something that's probably controversial, but in my mind, Rui was always a little on the spectrum. And I say that because like he didn't talk to anybody throughout his childhood. The 3 other guys that he was really close to had to really try and force him to open up. And the only person that he really opened up to was, I can't remember her name, the girl that went to France. And she's the only one that really kind of got him to open up. And then the only other person besides her was Makino. So like I'm here for healing romance, like, which is what Makino and Rui had. Obviously they didn't end up together because I don't really think it was a romantic relationship or romance. It's just like my mister. That's not romance, right? Well, Makino started off with a crush on him. She started off with a crush. But then they started off with just being, they became friends. Right. Exactly. And in my mind, it was more of
healing friendship than it was anything, because Rui really needed someone, because Domyoji is not a good person. Let's be real. So I really was there for the love triangle there.
I mean, I'm not here for the love triangle in Gen Y.
With Wayu and
Fanu and the other one that I can't remember his name.
So dumb.
So they have that whole destiny thing with Fanu and
Peepa.
No, I don't care about Peepa.
That's who you're talking about.
No, I'm not talking about that love triangle. I don't care about Peepa. I'm talking about the guy, so Thanu being the main...
Oh, the kid from high school.
Yes.
Oh, so... Ugh, that love triangle. Can we not? Ugh.
No, but they play up this whole destiny, like, we're supposed to be together, and... Didn't they have a poll of who Wayu was supposed to be with?
Yes, online. The Star Entertainment Star.
Star Hunter.
Yes, whoever owns or whoever the production company is.
Star Hunter.
Yeah. They had a poll to see, I guess because they're trying to figure out where they're supposed to go for season 2, which is super dumb. He obviously belongs with Thanu. I mean, we all see that, right? Like,
I mean, he's prettier.
Peepa is I don't think he's pretty, but like Peepa is a jerk who left.
We still don't know why he left. We never learned that.
We saw his ugly, dumb face at the end of the series, and that's all we got. So whatever, it's fine. I just not here for it. Whatever. I appreciated that there was no love triangle or death.
Yeah, but that's because we know who's supposed to be together in that one.
I like how we automatically assume that if Max and Tool are in a series, they're going to be together. I was not here for the love triangle in Senior Secret Puppy Love in 2 with Christ or Sing 2. Which one was in that one? Christ. I have no idea. The guy from Sodus. I have no idea. The short one. That's really bad. The short one. I don't remember their names. Like, they're just the short.
Did he play the older one in Sodus or the younger one in Sodus?
Christ.
Then he was the younger one. No, he played the older one in Sodus.
And you were making fun
of me. But no, in real life, Sing 2 is older than Christ, so my brain went kind of weird.
I was not here for that love triangle. It was really strange. I wasn't here for the second season of Puppy Love anyway. I did not think it was good, so you can roast me for that. Whatever. I mean, I would rewatch it for Off Gun, but that's literally the only parts that I would watch. And realistically, like, I need more series like Until We Meet Again rather than more series of Do I love you? Do I not love you?
Here we go again. Say that one more time because my ego needs to hear that.
I think we're good. Thanks.
She said she needs more series like Until We Meet Again.
I swear to God, never gonna live that one down.
You're not. I've had to push so hard to get you to watch that.
It's true. In other news, not necessarily related to dramas, we've got some food for thought. Tristen?
So I know in the last episode I talked about 2 p.m. having their comeback. And of course, I already know that by the time this episode and that episode airs, it's way past the time that they had their comeback. But if you haven't already, 2 p.m.'s music video for Make It is out and it is fantastic. All my boys are looking really good in this music video because they're in suits and I don't know why the world is like falling down around them, but
they're rescuing women on the balconies.
The one woman,
I know, but still, it's such a weird video.
The video was weird. The song, however, was fantastic.
It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I really liked it.
My man isn't any longer in 2 p.m. That would be Jay Park. So
of course.
I'm just kidding.
My guy is still in 2 p.m. So I don't care about you.
Of course she doesn't.
So that happens, and we got a surprise from JYP, who randomly dropped a music video for Stray Kids without warning that had Hyunjin in it, who is back from hiatus. Nobody knew. They just here
they just dropped it, and JYP was like, "There you go, Merry Christmas, guys."
Like, everybody was like, "Okay, when are you bringing him back? What's going on? Give us an update. What's happening?" And they're like, "Here's a music video." Everyone's like, music video. We didn't expect this. And of course
Right.
you're watching it and there Hyunjin is in all of his glory, and everybody was freaking out because I don't know why JYP didn't like come out with an official statement, but they're just like, here's a gift. Like, that's all it was.
They did not say, when she says they didn't say anything, legitimately did not say anything about this dude coming back.
Usually you get press
get fanfare.
conferences.
No.
You get stuff.
You get fanfare normally,
Especially
when
with
people come back.
JYP, because they want the news to be out there, but they just like slid this music video onto YouTube and was like,
These companies are just getting worse and worse. I think it's Wonho that recently had that controversy about his company not promoting any of his stuff.
Yes.
So strange.
He's having to do technically his own promos on Instagram, and like
fans are pissed.
His company is not promoting his songs, his music videos. There is no talk about a tour, like nothing at all for him. So we people are like, we need us more Wonho. He deserves a lot better, especially after having to be kicked out of Monsta X. So he should not have had to leave Monsta X.
I don't know any of the controversy, to be perfectly honest, but I do think it's really bad form for the companies not to promote their artists. That's just strange to me.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
In my news, I just want to make a really quick comment that I was on, I want to say it was Soompi. I don't remember which page it was. I get so much crap in my Facebook. That's why I want to close Facebook down, because I hate scrolling through it. But on the bright side, Soompi presented an article about my man from Chief Kim, who is Namgong Min. He is doing a new action series that's called The Veil. And dude has like this full-on beard. He's roughed up in the teaser. I'm here for Namgong Min with a beard and like roughed up and like really like he looks fantastic in the trailer.
Well, I had to look it up because you said he was in Chief Kim, and I was like, is this the same dude from Awaken? And it is.
I have not seen Awaken. So the last series that I stopped watching him, he did some hospital where he was some kind of surgeon or something. And I love him to death. And we
don't do hospital
and
dramas.
I don't do hospital series, but I love Chief Kim. It's just such a good series. It's a political office series, basically. And it's really funny. He then did this weird hospital series. And I was like, well, I guess my attention got distracted for a while. But I'm super looking forward to The Veil. If you haven't seen a trailer for it, there's a super, super short teaser. It's not even a trailer. It's like 15 seconds long. I would highly recommend going to take a look at it. Want to say it's going to be on Viki, but it's so early. The series is not airing until September.
I was about to say, in the meantime, go watch Awaken.
Or just watch Chief Kim.
It depends. Do you want serious or do you want funny? It depends on what you're in the mood for.
And Chief Kim is a series, so Awaken's a movie. So
Awaken's a series. I'm saying, I'm saying if you want serious versus funny.
I was under the impression that it was a movie. So
no, it's a full 16 episodes.
I mean, I'm here for 16 episodes of Namgong Min.
Yes. I'm saying he is fantastic in Awaken. So
I'm here for it.
That's our show. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode, and we hope to see you in the Nooniverse soon.
Bye!
Bye!
Thanks for listening to today's episode of the Nooniverse. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to subscribe. Want to learn more about the show? Follow the Nooniverse on socials so you can stay tuned for future episodes, special announcements, and much more. See you in the next episode.